and welcome to Weekly World Climate Change News. This is Han Zhang. Since 1860, Sweden's temperature has increased by 1.9 degrees Celsius. The features are twice as high as the average level worldwide. The Swedish Meteorological and Climate Institute is investigating Sweden's temperature variation at the moment. The 1861 to 1890 and 1991 to 2020 time periods were compared by the study team. The researchers came to the conclusion that Europe's north is heating up more quickly than the rest of the planet. The increase in atmospheric carbon dioxide is one explanation. Temperature increases are also being attributed to cleaner air. In recent years, Sweden has also been a rise in precipitation and a decline in snowfall. Beginning in August 2023, London will start charging owners of the dirtiest cars $15 per day to enter an ultra-low emission zone. These zones will be extended to cover the whole metropolitan region of London. The Mayor of London is advertising this action as improving the air quality in outer London. He claims that each year, some 4,000 individuals in London pass away from chronic exposure to air pollution. One of the largest environmental concerns in Great Britain is unclean air. Advocate organizations like Moms for Lungs hailed the new law as a victory for public health. Since 2018, the organization has advocated for zone extensions. According to the United Nations Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific and the World Meteorological Organization, India has suffered a loss up to $7.6 billion in damages due to a series of climate events, including floods and storms, making it the second highest loss due to the climate change. These events did not only stop at an economic loss for the country, but also entails casualties of around 1,300 in number. The report has, however, projected China to have suffered the biggest loss in damages caused by climate change, with an amount of approximately $18.4 billion. A 48,500-year-old barrier that was trapped frozen under a lake has been revived by scientists, which was labeled as a zombie barrier. The thawing of the permafrost due to the climate change led to the emergence and the revival of nearly 2 dozen viruses, which may be a larger threat to humans than we think. Researchers and scientists from Europe monitored samples collected from permafrost in Siberia, characterizing 13 new pathogens, which has been labeled as zombie barriers, due to their ability to have remained infectious even after many decades of being frozen. The Great Barrier Reef should be added to a list of World Heritage Sites in danger, according to a report by a UN-backed mission that examined the world's largest coral reef system. The 10-day mission took place in March, and the final mission report was published on Monday afternoon in Paris. After a 6-month delay, according to the report, climate change poses a serious challenge to the values that led to the reef's designation as a global wonder in 1981, and it recommends that the reef be added to a list of World Heritage Sites that are in danger. The Pacific Northwest National Laboratory put forward a new approach to decrease carbon dioxide levels using our planet's smallest inhabitants. It's well known that phytoplankton, microscopic plants that are quantify ocean ecosystem, encourage carbon dioxide uptake. According to the researchers, seeding the oceans with iron-rich engineered fertilizer particles near ocean plankton would augment existing natural processes. The organisms would store carbon in larger quantities, and when they die, they would sink deep into the ocean, bringing the excess carbon with them. The promising study stresses that these engineered nano-particles could be highly controlled and specifically tuned for different ocean environments. Rising surface and ocean temperatures will wreak havoc on Australia, stated a new report. Extreme weather events like intense heat, heavy rainfall, coastal inundation, fair weather, and drought in Australia are expected to get worse. The concentrations of greenhouse gases in the atmosphere are continuing to rise, and this is causing Australia's climate to warm. The warming of oceans and longer-lasting marine seaways have increased like the likelihood of more frequent and severe bleaching events in coral reefs around Australia. The severity of impacts on Australians and our environment will depend on the speed at which global greenhouse gas emissions can be reduced.